This is the Forum of Trajan, made by Apollodorus of Damascus. He was also known as Trajan's chief military engineer. It was made in 112 CE, and its reconstruction was made by James E. Packer and John Burge. The Forum is consisted of the Temple of Trajan, the Column of Trajan, libraries, the Basilica Apah, the Forum, and the equestrian statues of Trajan. The Forum of Trajan glorified his victories in 2 wars against Dacians and incorporated the main features of early forums as well. The huge basilica dominates the colonnaded open square, symbolizing the power of the royal family Apah. And the temple is behind the basilica, serving as a sacred place to worship the gods. There is a gateway very similar to the triumphal arch, which symbolizes the strong military power of the Roman Empire. Lastly, there is a large gilded bronze equestrian statue of the emperor in the center in front of the basilica. And the states of captive Dacian stand above the columns of the foreign porticos, once again emphasize the victory and authority of the Emperor Trajan. The Column of Trajan, which is located inside the Forum of Trajan, was created in 112 CE. It is another brainchild, which means a new idea of Apollodorus of Damascus. The idea of covering the shaft with a continuous narrative frieze is innovative. This idea has been used in the late 19th century and many Christian settings as well. There's supposed to be a nude statue of the emperor at the top of the column, but his portrait was lost in Middle Age and is replaced by a statue of Saint Peter in 16th century. The battle scenes appeared only on quarters of the whole frieze because most of it is about the preparing process of the battle. It shows that the Romans started to focus less on the fighting than on people's effort and work before the battle. The story in the frieze is about 2 successful campaigns against the Dacians. The Romans are portrayed as organized and powerful, which show the strength of Roman armies that led to their victories. The band is increased as it goes to the top, so it would be easier to see the top part of the column. But it is also very difficult for people to follow the narrative from beginning to end. The whole column is focused on the emperor, who appears constantly in the frieze. It shows the importance of the emperor. However, unlike other cultures we learned previously, Roman artists did not belittle their enemies. They focused on Roman army's trained ability instead of the innate superiority.
It is a portrait bust of the Hadrian as a general from Shalem, Israel, 130 to 138 CE. It is a fragmentary statue, and he wears a massive cuirass. A cuirass is a leather armor that was molded to match the musculature of his chest and abdomen. A tassel cingulum, or ceremonial sash, is tied loosely around his waist, and a paladumenton, or military cloak falls over his shoulders. Also, 6 naked warriors struggle in a battle depicted on Hadrian's chest. The combatants in the two outer pairs wear metal helmets with tall feather plumes, typical of the southern Italy. The victor in the central pair, however, wear a cap molded from a soft material such as the wool or leather. This statue resembled Chrysalis' portrait of Pericles, and as mentioned before, he has a beard. Beards resemble Greek affections. Portraying a mature Greek man instead of an athlete.
This is the interior of the Pantheon in Rome, Italy, which was created during 118 to 125 CE. The architects used less weight to construct this building, but it is not weak in structure. The inside of the dome is covered by coffers, which are sunken decorative panels. They serve not only for decorative purposes, but also for lessening the weight of the dome. Each coffer originally had a gilded bronze rosette at its center, which is a symbolism of the starry heaven. The massive space in the interior room also represents the magnificence of heaven. One interesting fact about its structure is that the Pantheon can be perfectly fitted in a cube or a sphere. It was also the first to conceive architecture in terms of units of space that can be shaped by the enclosure. The interior was single unified, self-sufficient, and uninterrupted by supporting solids, which resulted in a huge enclosing space. It has an opening through the oculus to view the outside sky and allow the light to come in. The light not only illuminates the interior, but also creates a dramatic effect and underscores the symbolism of the heaven. The Pantheon is functioned as a church to honor the gods, and its special structure allows the visitor to feel the connection with the heaven. The visitors can also be amazed by the huge enclosing space and see the power of the Roman Empire.
The next picture is 10-59, the equestrian statue of Marcus Aurelius, and it's from Rome, Italy, and it was made during 175 CE, and it was made out of bronze, and is currently held right now in Musei Capitolini in Rome. And the statue was formerly clay and gold, and we can see part of that. And the status shows the awesome power of the godlike Roman emperor as the ruler of the whole world, hence him riding on the horse. It's larger than life size, and it shows the emperor like in a more grand stature than normal people. His hand is stretched out. It's to offer a clemency or lenience and mercy. It also shows no armor and weapon, which means that Marcus is Marcus Aurelius is seeming to be like a bringer of peace rather than a military hero. And he also saw himself as a military hero and during his reign. Our last picture is 10-63, a mummy portrait of a man, and it's from Fayum, Egypt, during 160 to 170 CE. It's made encaustic on wood, and it's in the Albright Knox Art Gallery right now. These were usually in cemeteries of the Fayum district, and it portrayed a sensitivity of the deceased's calm demeanor. And like if you look at his face, he looks very calm and he's just staring at you. I think he has long curly hair, and again he has the full beard, the beard that they very much loved, as we mentioned before. It has a refined use of the brush and spatula, and the mastery of the depiction of varied textures and of the play of light over the soft and delicately molded face is very outstanding, because like if you look closely in his face, he has like light spots. They gave him like light spots. It's like highlighted. It's like the first time almost. Also, the purpose of this was to depict differing shape and character, and also for regional differences. Also, we noticed that usually a lot of portraits
hair
and beards. And that's it. And our citations are up there. Thank you.